Okay, so the next question is, how do I get my team to listen to me? I feel like I've had to repeat myself 20 times for everything. Okay, so great question. And look, sometimes you just have like a bad team. But before you go down that road, I want to give you a few tips and ideas, okay? The first thing to remember is that nobody really likes to be told what to do, just as human beings, okay? Not you, not anybody else, right? So you really have to find the sort of art in influencing and encouraging people to drive initiatives forward, okay? And it's not easy, and every leader has to develop their own kind of custom way of doing that, okay? But keep that psychology in mind that generally speaking, most humans don't like being told what to do. You have to figure out how to encourage them to do things, and that's vital. And unless you can develop that skill for yourself, it's going to be difficult. So you have to keep that in mind. The second thing is that most people, your team, they're super busy getting the work you told them to do completed. And a lot of the stuff that is needed to do that work, you may not actually be aware of. So you have to develop a better understanding of how much work they're doing and how much capacity you have. And if you can get that clarity, then you'll be able to help drive them in the right direction. The next thing is that every team has a certain ebb and flow. Okay, so there'll be peaks and valleys of work output, and you have to become very good at sensing all of that. Okay, now your company might have its own level of seasonality, but I'm talking beyond that, right? Every team, product teams, engineering teams, sales teams, they have their times of the year where they're going full bore, and they have their times of the year where it's a little bit quieter. And so you have to maximize those times where it's like the peak times. That's really important, and you have to become very good at predicting when that's going to happen. So ultimately, what I'm saying here is that before you kind of point the finger at your team, you have to look at yourself and whether or not you're managing the team in the right way or not. Okay. Now, again, it doesn't mean that, oh, you have an amazing team automatically and keep them around forever. You might have to make some changes. One or two people may have to go, but it really does start with you as a leader. You have to figure out whether you understand how to influence them and drive them forward and motivate them, whether or not they have the capacity to do it all. Do they actually have the time, or have you given them some assignments that are making maybe 10x more work than you even realize? And you have to also understand what the ebb and flow of their energies are. You're really an energy manager depending on the time of year and what's happening in the company. So always think about yourself first and figure yourself out and then help the team, right? So thanks for submitting the question. And if you want something else answered, go ahead and submit it in the comments below. Thanks.